right, so I'm out here running. I want to give my final review for weeks 9 and 10 of 75 Hard. I kind of took, at the end, after I was done with everything, I kind of took a week break or so from filming because I was just exhausted and the whole process was very, very long. So I am uploading the 75 Hard video from week 8 today, and then I am filming this for you guys. I'm filming this for you guys so that way we can do a wrap up of week 9 and 10. We made it, all stars. We made it. I am so excited to be at the end of that journey. Now that everything is over, I, as you can see, am running instead of walking on my outside workout because there is no time limit. So now, that was a butterfly. If anyone knows me, I'm really scared of butterflies. And I know they're supposed to be cute, but they're just really big bugs. Like, it's the same thing as a moth to me. But anyways, so, and that butterfly was hovering over like, it was really creepy. But anyways, so now that I'm done with the journey, I can choose the method and the time frame for the workouts I do. So today I decided to run/walk my 2 miles that I normally do instead of just walking it. Normally I'm required to take 45 minutes. Sorry, I cannot catch my breath. Normally I'm required to take 45 minutes to do my workout. So it makes it difficult for me to jog in the middle of the outside workout because then I would be jogging around my community like 3 times in order to get the full 45 minutes. Well, now I can jog/walk, and if it takes me 20 something minutes, it doesn't matter because I'm still getting the 2 miles. So now I'm basing off of distance instead of time. So doing my same morning workouts with less time has been phenomenal for the past 3 days because I got stuff to do. And working out for an hour and a half every day is not feasible time-wise. But if I can change my first workout from 45 to 25, and I can change my second workout from 45 to 30, then I got almost an hour worth of workouts, and I'm staying just as active if I do a more intense workout. And yeah, so I'm trying this new thing now. And I will be doing a sit down with you guys to go over how the end of 75 Hard worked out for me at my new desk that I got so I can film for you guys and take this seriously. Sorry, I'm gonna stop doing that. That's stupid. But I'm just so excited that I'm done with that crap. I'm really done. But all right, talk to you guys soon. Okay, so hey all stars, I finally have my desk set up. So I've been waiting. Oh, look, my watch notifying me of something else. It literally notifies me of every little thing in my life. And I'm not sure if I necessarily like that. But anyways, so today I am coming to you from my home office that I have built specifically for YouTubing. I'm gonna do a little office tour, but not today, not right now. Today is my 75 Hard review and 2-week wrap up. So I did not film my actual workouts for the last 2 weeks. I was exhausted. I was still working and there was a lot of pressure being put on me at work. I was switching to a new team, so it was kind of difficult for me to keep up with the filming for that week, for those last couple of weeks. So I gave myself a little bit of grace because I have been going ham, and hopefully I didn't disappoint too many people, but I wanted to give a wrap-up video of how it went. So 75 Hard challenge. The first question that I got is, what did I learn from the challenge? So One of the things that I've learned from the challenge is that there's a lot of things in my life that I set out to do that I do not either put in the persistence or the hard work to get done. And I always feel like, oh man, that didn't work out. No, it's not because it just didn't work out. I mean, not everything's meant for you. Not everything you're supposed to get, and not everything's supposed to work out. But the things that are meant for you will be given to you if you can put in the work first as well. Because like I always say on this channel, success is where hard work meets preparation. So I feel like the 75 hard challenge, if I'm talking about what I've learned that I was not working hard enough until that challenge. That challenge taught me consistency. It taught me focus. It taught me balance in my life, and it taught me self-care. So that's kind of in a nutshell what I've learned. Next question is, how much weight did I lose? So I lost 32 pounds in the challenge. Now, I essentially did a stricter diet than normal, than a lot of people do on 75 hard. It just says that you have to follow a diet. It doesn't say that you have to follow the diet that I did. Now, I was considered pretty overweight, even though I didn't kind of look like it because I carry it differently, but I was considered pretty overweight. So I followed a 1,200 calorie diet for the whole 75 days. Some of the days I would jump it up to 1,500 if I was feeling weak or anything like that, just to kind of listen to my body overall. But for the most part, for maybe about 95% of the challenge, I was 1,200 calories, and the other 5%, I was 1,500 calories, maybe once or twice a week type of thing. So with that being said, because I was working out twice a day, and because I was implementing all of the water and all of that and the extra activity, I was burning a lot of calories, but it was still about 2 to 3 a week, except for the times where I got sick, and it would be 4 or 5 because I had stomach flu, I had stomach issues. No, there was 1 week where I had an infection, and then I had the stomach flu, and then I had a regular flu. So those types of weeks, and that happened 3 times, those types of weeks, I lost more pounds. It was maybe about 5 pounds on those weeks. So that helped boost it up to where I had lost 15 pounds on top of whatever the 2 normal pounds that I lose for the week is. I'm gonna see how I can do this. I never put stuff up on the screen while I'm talking. I'm still learning as I go. That's why this is the authentic situation. But I'm gonna try to put pictures of me in my progress photos and things like that. Maybe if I can't pop it on the screen now, then I will put it on the screen in the end and do a slideshow or something like that. All right, so next question that I had was, what was challenging? So the parts that were most challenging was the consistency. So having to get up on the days where I was exhausted, the days where I was sick. I was in school while I was doing the challenge. I just got transferred to a new team at work. I also have 2 children that are I have a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old. And, I also have a lot of other responsibilities. So managing all of that time and also still having the energy to get up and say, I'm going to work out for an hour and a half, split into 2 different parts every single day, was one of the roughest things ever. Because there was days where, the day I got the stomach flu, as I showed you guys, if you go back to the previous videos, I have some here and they're all inside of a 75 hard folder type thing on YouTube. I don't know what it's called. But if you go back to some of my previous videos, you can see I got stomach flu on one of the days, and then I had regular flu, and then I had issues like an infection. Sometimes I'll get these infections I'll get some infection in my skin and it'll have to be drained out, things like that. I have some medical issues that I was trying to take care of by eating healthier. And lo and behold, it wasn't the healthy eating that was causing the issue. It was just that I just have issues. So, but it was worth a try. So essentially throughout the whole entire time, I had those things, those ailments. And then I had my normal time of the month type things as a woman. So it was just a lot. It was a lot to deal with. So when you ask what's challenging, that is one of the most challenging things, is to balance the time out. Because making time for doing 2 workouts a day, making time for reading the 10 pages, that was rough too. At night, I would read it at night because my mind runs at night, so it'll help me fall asleep. But it was just like, oh, this is the longest 10 pages of life. And then at the end of the challenge, I got to this book that I didn't want to read. And I was stuck reading it because I had started it. At least I think that's how it works. I'm not sure, but I felt like I had to finish it because I started it. And I really just was annoyed the whole book. It was I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit, which it's a good book. It's just that I already watched his series on Netflix. I've already also learned some of the things that he was outlining. There were small things where I didn't learn it yet, so I could implement it. But for the most part, the book was already going over things I already knew. So that's what made it such a tough read for me. Not the fact that it was just a bad book. This is not me giving it a bad review. I just thought it was so simplistic in some instances that there were things that I essentially already knew. And I wanted help financially. That's why I set out to read it. I think it's mainly my consistency and my implementation that makes it to where I don't implement what I need to implement as far as my finances are concerned. So, just consistency. And so I needed more of a plan on how to get on track. And I thought that his book, because the way the description was, it was like, this is a 6-week program. So I thought it was like, okay, this is what you're doing on the 6 weeks. But when he goes through what to do, it's like, I've already done this stuff. Like, this is not that serious. But I guess it, to someone that's completely novice in the area, could be helpful. Okay, so what wasn't challenging? What wasn't challenging? The water wasn't challenging. When I wasn't sick and I had to work out, when I didn't have that much stuff to do and I had to work out, it wasn't challenging to work out. It was just building that muscle memory of saying, okay, this is something I do now. This is who I am. And once I got into that, it wasn't that bad. Like, I honestly get up every morning still and do the same workouts. I honestly still drink the same amount of water every day. So, I feel like it wasn't the workouts necessarily that were challenging. It was doing them when I didn't have the energy to. So those days where I was sick, I would have just taken that day off. But I couldn't because I was in a challenge that starts over if I did. So that's essentially, that it wasn't that hard to do it. And once you start to build up, like, if you're starting over, let me see. I'm gonna write, what would I do differently? Because that is a question that I got as well, but I did not write it down. Okay, so if you're starting over, some of the things you want to do is kind of prepare for those things. And I'm going to talk about that when I talk about what would I do differently. So next question is, what would I do? Next question is, would I do it again? I would. And I plan on it. I plan on doing 75 soft coming up soon. I plan on coming up with my own 75, where it's 75 days of consistency and stuff that I want to do. I also plan on implementing certain strategies in my life to make changes of stuff that's separate from workout and exercise for 75 days. So yeah, I think I would definitely do it again. I would definitely do it again because it pushed me. I like challenges. I like accountability. That's how you say it. I like accountability. I like challenges. I like things where I feel obligated to make those changes because I feel like I'm most effective when I do that. When I was going to be an engineer, I didn't become an engineer until I went to boot camp. Because there's people watching me do the boot camp, I was able to graduate at the top of my class, even though I just had a kid with a C-section. I had a seizure during her birth. I had gotten my gallbladder removed. So I had a newborn in boot camp sitting on my lap, but I couldn't fail because people were watching me. So I literally graduated at the top of my class despite all of that. So that's kind of how I am. I know that if there's someone watching, that I'm more likely to follow what I set out to do. And that's why I keep on putting these videos out to show you guys my goals so I can actually reach them. I know I can do it on my own, but I know what motivates me, and that definitely motivates me. Okay, next question. Should I do this challenge with kids? Yes, that's more of a reason why you should do this challenge. And the reason is because as a mom, and I can vouch, maybe other moms out there feel the same as I do, but as a mom, we tend to put our self-care on the back burner. That's how we end up gaining weight. That's how we end up letting ourselves go. That's how we end up not taking care of ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, any of those ways. This challenge forced me to do that. I literally said, hold on, children, I have to go for a walk. Hold on, I have to go to the workout. Hold on, husband, I have to do a walk. Hold on, I can't clean up right now. I got to do the walk. So it just gave me that muscle memory of saying no. No. I can take time for myself. I can take care of myself. It's forcing me to take the time to do that. So yes, you should do this with kids. Now, last one is, what would I do differently? This is what I would do differently if I did it again. So this time when I did 75 hard, I found out about it the night before and decided to do it the next day. I knew I wanted some kind of changes in my life. I knew, my mother had just passed. I knew that she had heart-related problems when it came to high blood pressure and things like that. I knew it ran in family. I knew I needed to make some changes. So I didn't know how I was going to do that. So I started researching programs and things like that, found this the night before and decided, yeah, I'm going to do this. The day that I decided to do it, I was figuring it out throughout the day as I went. Like, what I'm going to do, what workouts am I going to do? What is this? Like, how is this going to go? Like, how much water do I have to drink? How many cups do I have to? I literally was figuring it out on the fly and still having to hit all of the targets. So what I would do differently if I did this again is I would map out all of my videos that I wanted to watch for exercises. I would say, okay, this is an exercise for when I'm feeling sick. This is an exercise for when I'm tired. This is an exercise for when I want to go ham. And I would categorize those exercises and put them away in a file somewhere on YouTube in a playlist. And I would say, okay, these are ready and available. So when I'm feeling a certain type of way, I can play this specific one. Another thing I would do is I would stock up on waters weekly. I would stock up on all of the foods that I need weekly as I go along, because there's 10 weeks. So if I do 10 shopping trips, that'll help me out, because there was a lot of times where I didn't have the food I needed and I had to measure, and measuring it is so annoying. It's something that doesn't help me keep up with the diet. So that I would redo. Also, I would line up what books I would like to read before I started the challenge. I was picking up books on the fly as I went through, and some of those books I wouldn't have picked had I had more time to choose. It was taking me about 20 days to read each book, around there, maybe 25 days to read each book. So I got through 3 books. I could have just had those ready to go before I started. Another thing I would do differently is I would knock out all of my tasks in the morning, all of them. So I would work out, I would do my walk early in the morning when I woke up. Then an hour or 2 later, I would do the regular exercise that I'm supposed to do. And then I would read and drink my water. And then by the end of the day, I would have been done. Like by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I would have been done. I would have felt like that was a better way to go about it, because at the end of the day, like there were some days where I dragged it out to the last minute and I was exhausted. So yeah, essentially that is my final thoughts on that. If anybody is new here, please like and subscribe to my channel. I do different challenges. I do renovations on my home. I travel. I have kids. I do everything. So this is just Authentically Star. This is everything I can think of about what I do as a mom, what I do as an engineer, what I do in my health journey. Let me show you guys how I look now. I don't even know if I showed you guys this to begin with, but I have a little bit of flab here, a little bit, you know, it's kind of, I had 2 kids, so my stomach is kind of on the stretch markier side. That's not a word, but and then I have, let me see if I put this back. I have on sweats right now. But when I started this challenge, all of this, like I had flab on my arms that went away. I had, like, my shape wasn't coming in right here. All of this went away. Stomach is flatter. Still got stretch marks, which I'm gonna work on next. I have there's these things called derma rollers, where you roll and it kind of pokes holes basically in your stomach to help get rid of the stretch marks and get you on track. And then you're supposed to put some vitamin C oil. So I'm gonna do that. And I have, like, my chin area has gotten much skinnier since I started. And I'm also gonna put some before and after photos, but I like I said, I might put them in a slideshow, or I might put them like on the screen. But I have some photos of me when I was bigger, when I was at my mom's services. I also have some photos of me bigger, like the progress pics that they have you take in 75 Hard, which I can show on the screen as well. And then I have some pics of me within this week that were a part of the progress pics that have a better angle. But I've lost so much, like now you can see like a shape, which is good. And my next phase is going into toning and setting this up. Like, even my shoulders are smaller. But see, I have on this bulky outfit, so you can't really see, but overall, it's getting better. We're here. Thank you guys for coming to the channel. Talk to you soon.